You're watching the 2019-20 SCAC Basketball Media Days. Today we're taking a look at the Centenary College women's basketball program. The ladies coming off an 8-17 campaign a season ago, 6-10 in SCAC play. The ladies will be led by head coach Jason Schmitz, along with junior forward Bre Frierson. And coach Bree, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, we'll get started with you. You head into your second season, but really your first full year after arriving in Shreveport last October. What did you learn as you navigated through last season, and how excited are you just to kind of get back on the court with your women, kind of under a little bit more of a normal schedule and circumstances as you head into the season?
I think you always learn year to year as a coach. For me, it seems like, all these ideology that you had as an assistant coach, that this is what I'm going to do as a head coach, you kind of realize that it doesn't always work. So we just kind of had to adjust on the fly a lot last year. And just kind of looking forward this year, we're just really excited with a brand new roster with 9 new faces and 4 solid returners, and we're just really excited after we can move on from last year, and the returners all kind of had the same goal, that we want to kind of bring some notoriety to Centenary women's basketball as we look forward to this season.
Bree, as you enter your junior season, your first year as an upperclassman, you return with the security of knowing you're back with Coach Schmitz. What is your mindset, heading into this season, and how have maybe you seen your role change a little bit, specifically in terms of those leadership responsibilities with so many new faces in this program?
Yes, I feel like I understand a lot of what happened last year, and it's some of the same concepts of what we're doing this year, so I feel like just having that leadership role of just guiding my teammates into the right direction and explaining certain things so they can understand, so we can all just have that good chemistry with each other. It's just a big important part of what we're doing now, so it'll all work out that way.
Coach, that first full year allows that first big recruiting class. You mentioned 9 new faces of the program, 5 of which are freshmen. Those freshmen obviously bring a unique energy as preseason unfolds. What have you kind of seen from these new faces? What is your message to freshmen and to new athletes that come into your program that you want to establish, in these first couple of weeks as you sort of put together a foundation for the season?
I think I like to just tell people I got incredibly lucky with the kids that we were able to bring in. Our 3 transfers are all legitimate players. Janae Mayberry out of Santa Barbara City College is just long and athletic and seems like she can get to the cup at any point in time. Takoya Allen coming over from Texas A&M International really brings some depth and some solid play to the point guard and some toughness to the point guard spot. And Alex Williams right here out of Shreveport. It's nice to just get another local product kid that played some big minutes in a very good junior college conference at Bossier Parish Community College. Really should bring some good scoring to the perimeter. And then even our freshman, Destiny Powell, another local kid out of Minden High School. I'm really excited to see the support we have with Bree, a Shreveport kid, and Alex and Destiny out there. We just tell these new kids, these freshmen especially, that this college basketball process is a grind. The message in practice the other day was, while the physical side of college basketball doesn't seem to necessarily change so much from high school, it's just the mental preparation within the game that these kids got to be able to get to, from the film prep to the scouting reports, and just the mental reps that are so key throughout the course of the season as we try to maintain and keep our bodies healthy. And while we've been able to go fast and furious at the early parts of practice and play a lot, now we got to slow practice down a little bit and be able to run set plays when it comes to winning time in games, and be able to slow it down and pick it back up again. So it's been a lot of fun watching these freshmen and these newcomers compete with the returners, and we kind of set out a goal to be able to build a roster around some solid post play, and hopefully we're able to do that.
Bree, you're coming off a third-team All-SCAC performance from a season ago as a sophomore. You averaged 11.7 points per game on nearly 62% shooting. You also grabbed almost 5 rebounds a game, 4.8, playing a little over 20 minutes a night. Take me through your summer. Take me through this offseason. What have you worked on as a player to continue to grow as a basketball individual to make sure you're as prepared as you possibly could be going into this junior campaign?
I think just working on the aspect of my endurance. I think that kind of got me during last year, like just my endurance and being able to stay on the floor and help. Because a lot of my role was on the offensive end, but I also was a good communicator on the defensive end, and just having that would help a lot, and just knowing that I had to do that within myself to make myself better and to make my team overall better. Like, the individual accolades are fine, but it's the team accolades that I want, like the recognition that we deserve as a team, as a whole, as a school, and as an organization. Like the blood, sweat, and tears coach put into our prepping and the practices, and the blood, sweat, and tears we have in practices and workouts and the grind and tears and all of the good stuff. It has to, I want it to show. Like, I want everybody to see it, and it has to show up in the games, and I have to make myself better so everybody else can make themselves better, so we can bring it all together on the court. So just having that mentality and just bringing that onto the floor is, yeah, be a good thing.
Coach, as camp has unfolded, and we've talked a little about some of these newcomers and blending them in with the returning players. Have there been any surprises, or what is maybe the biggest surprise that kind of gives you confidence, builds your confidence as you look forward to this new season?
I think systematically we're just able to play a little bit more in the manner that I like to coach on both ends of the floor. And I think the biggest surprise to me is how quickly they've all grasped it. I had expectations for our transfers to be able to grasp it. They've been well coached at their colleges previously. But I think, some of our Louisiana high school kids really have surprised me. Blair Abshire out of New Iberia, Louisiana, has really come on strong here recently in the last week or so. I expect her to do some big things. As Destiny Powell continues to adjust to the college game, she has a chance to be a really, really special player for us. And then, our freshman post players, it's really nice to see Jasmine Jones and Amelia Bagwell really push Bree. Because there's a lot of times last year that Bree could pretty much do whatever she wanted in practice, and they could just throw it into her. Nobody wanted to guard her. This year, these two are willing to go and body up with her and really push her in practice, which is ultimately going to make Bree a whole lot better throughout the course of the season, and then it's going to make those two a whole lot better, able to stand throughout the entire basketball season as well. I just couldn't be more pleased with how our newcomers have adjusted and adapted to everything we're trying to do, and I think it gives us a lot of hope as we continue to look forward, and hopefully once we hit conference play at the end of December, everything starts clicking.
Bree, as one of the leaders on this team, as we wrap things up with you, what are, as you've had conversations with your teammates about some of the goals for this 2019-2020 season, what have those conversations looked like, and what are some of the goals as you head into a new season with ladies basketball?
I think one of the main things we discuss is just having good chemistry within each other, like having each other's back throughout any situation, and just having that perseverance throughout, that grind time in the games and all that other good stuff. I feel like that would take us over the edge, because I know we have the passion, we have the drive, but it's just that perseverance and that chemistry. And I feel like over the course of time, like through off season and through the beginning before, and during October 15 when everything kicked off, and the chemistry and the perseverance is all shown throughout practices, and just having that mindset throughout games and all of the good stuff, and it'll definitely pay off. But just that, like, that's mainly what we preach and what Coach preaches to us, that we have to have each other's back, and we have to understand each other, to work well with one another, and all that good stuff. So.
And finally, Coach, to wrap things up with you, as you head into this second chapter of your career there at Centenary, this season is successful if what plays out on the floor for your ladies. What are you looking for as they continue to try and take steps in the positive direction and see their hard work pay off that you've put in over the last year and a half?
I think anything is successful for us this year in that, last year we had some benchmarks for the program. We had the most conference wins in the NCAA era ever since we became an NCAA program, whether it was D1 or D3 from 1999 on. So I think it's successful if we continue to grow. To me, it's just been really rewarding to see the relationships that these young women have built with one another, and the friendships and bonds they've already been able to form. It's funny, I'm watching McNeese State play here right now. They're playing at SMU, and we play them on Friday, and Bree pops in, and we put it up on the TV, and then Takoya Allen, our point guard, texts me, and she sends me a screenshot. She's like, "Hey, Coach, you prepping for the game on Friday or what?" So it's just little stuff like that I'm just fired up about, and I know the program's headed in the right direction when we have those type of young women who are willing to sacrifice for the betterment of one another, and care more about as the old adage goes, the name on the front of the jersey than the one on the back. So I feel really excited about this year. I think we got some good things happening at Centenary on the floor and off it.
Centenary College ladies basketball program. Again, Centenary will be led as they head into the season by head coach Jason Schmitz, along with junior forward Bre Frierson. Centenary will open up the 2019-20 campaign with a take on Hendricks November 10th. Coach Bree, thanks so much for joining us today, and best of luck as you head into the year.
Thank you.
Thank you.